Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone.
Chased down by Beal in the corner for three, gets fouled and hits.
Welcome to DC.
Walker tied him out.
You know where you're at, the USA cap. You're taking it slightly, I'm taking it slightly. Now how you gon' act on you gon' be right back. When we gon' be right here, we gon' be right here. We ain't going nowhere. Welcome to DC.
What's good, everyone? It's your boy Natsu with another video for the channel. Welcome back to DMV Sports Zone. NFL beware, Jahan Dotson is here. You guys know how I felt on draft night, or very shortly after draft night, about the Jahan Dotson pick. I, like many fans out there, were kind of surprised that we drafted him with a 16th overall pick. I mean, a lot of NFL scouts said that, NFL analysts said that we might have drafted him a little too early. Maybe he would have lasted until the late first round, or maybe would have been an early second round pick. But honestly, guys, as the offseason has continued to go on, as I've studied more Jahan Dotson, or more about Jahan Dotson, watched more of his film, highlights, so on and so forth, I'm ecstatic about Jahan Dotson. I mentioned in a video earlier in the offseason talking about how fans should stop sleeping on this draft class, how high I was on Jahan Dotson. And right now, I think I'm at an all-time high in terms of Jahan Dotson and what he could bring to the table for the Washington Commanders. I'm not going to go out there and say what we've heard on Twitter in terms of some players on this team already thinking Jahan Dotson is on the same level as a Terry McLaurin, or, you know, people going out there and saying Jahan Dotson's better than Terry. I'm not going to say that, because honestly, to go out there and say that is just expecting. It's just expecting for Jahan Dotson to fall short of expectations, because he is still a rookie receiver, right? And obviously we've seen rookie receivers in the past, one Jamar Chase, one Justin Jefferson, just break out and just completely tear up the league in their rookie years. But like, you can't really expect that, right? You hope for that to happen. You can't really expect that. But honestly, man, Jahan Dotson, I think, is a future star in the making. Yes, he's only 5'11", 183. Yes, he was drafted with the 16th overall pick and didn't get a lot of hype going into the 2022 NFL draft. But guys, I mean, he put up 1,100, almost 1,200 receiving yards, 12 touchdowns, was 8th in the country in terms of his touchdowns last year in his senior year at Penn State, while oftentimes being thrown errant passes by Penn State. I mean, we saw Ron Rivera's press conference right after the draft. He was trying to not criticize the Penn State quarterbacks too much, but I mean, you could kind of see that was exactly what he was doing when talking about Jahan Dotson and how he was able to be super effective despite the quarterback issues last year. And we've had quarterback issues here in DC for the last 4 years, and in my opinion, we'll have some with Carson Wentz. So I think Jahan Dotson will be able to make up for that. And he has all the tools, man, to be a star in this league. He has smooth route running, soft hands. I mean, Carson Wentz already talked about how Jahan Dotson has some of the softest hands, or the softest hands out of a receiver he's played with today. And Carson Wentz has played some years in this league, right? He's played, I believe, 6 years in this league. So that is something coming out of a veteran at quarterback. And Jahan Dotson, his contested catch ability is also pretty good. I mean, everybody knows that one-handed catch that he had against Shaun Wade, right, from Ohio State when Shaun Wade was still in college. And I think Jahan Dotson, I mean, again, he definitely gives you Terry vibes, not just in terms of what he brings on the field, right? Not in terms of his route running, not just in terms of his route running, his speed, contested catch ability, his great acceleration, burst, but he's also a great character guy. He's a guy that you really want on your team, and a guy that obviously Ron Rivera would love on his team, right? He loves high character guys. We see that with Jonathan Allen. We see that with Terry McLaurin. Also loves giving these guys contract extensions. So, I mean, the similarities between Terry and Jahan Dotson are pretty eerie. Obviously, Terry was drafted in the 3rd round. Jahan Dotson was drafted in the 1st round. There are higher expectations for one Jahan Dotson. But honestly, I think it was a blessing in disguise that Terry didn't have his contract situation settled until late June, because while yes, a lot of us fans were anxious for far too long about the Terry McLaurin contract situation, I think that definitely gave Jahan Dotson more of an opportunity to form a budding relationship with Carson Wentz, to really understand his tendencies, to really dive into the playbook, to really get a lot of reps, right, early on in the offseason when Terry wasn't on the field. So it was pretty much the Jahan Dotson show, right? And that's where all these reports are coming from, that Jahan Dotson was very good. And I mean, this team is super high on him. So I think it was definitely a blessing in disguise that Jahan Dotson got that opportunity to show out early on in the offseason. And now as training camp rolls around, he's going to, for the first time, be able to be a complement with Terry on the field in an official camp setting. So I'm excited to see that. And I mean, again, I think Dotson is going to be an immediate starting receiver for us. I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities, especially with Carson Wentz loving to air it out down the field, and Jahan Dotson's speed sort of suits that well, right? We'll see how Curtis Samuel gets incorporated into this offense, but honestly, I think Curtis Samuel is most effective, as we saw in Carolina, as a gadget type of player, and I think he was sort of used that way last year, but I think he will be increasingly used that way this year, alongside, being a deep threat for us, alongside of Terry McLaurin, alongside of Jahan Dotson. But honestly, I know everybody talks about the Chris Olaves of the world, the Jameson Williams of the world, the Drake Londons, the Garrett Wilsons, Traylon Burks, so on and so forth. Even Sky Moore and Christian Watson, given that they're going to be throwing passes from Patrick Mahomes and Aaron Rodgers, respectively, and are going to get a lot of opportunities with no Tyreek Hill and Devontae Adams on the Chiefs and Packers, respectively. But I think Dotson is going under the radar. I hate to say this because I know some people who are watching this are going to be in a fantasy league with me, but I think he's going to be a fantasy steal this year. And I think the opportunities are there, the talent is there, the maturity is there. He just finished his 4 years of college. He just graduated, just like your boy right here. But I think it's all there. He's a total package for us at the receiver position. Again, I know a lot of fans were down on him because he wasn't one of the top 4 guys I was talking about. He wasn't the Drake London. He wasn't the Chris Olave. He wasn't the Jameson Williams. He wasn't the Garrett Wilson. But honestly, a lot of people out there said that he was going to be the guy that's best outside of that top 4 group. And honestly, I can see that. And again, he has all the tools that you want. He also has the quarterback, right? He already showed that he's been pretty effective without great quarterback play, just like one Terry McLaurin. But now Carson Wentz, again, he can air the ball down the field. And for all the doubts I have on him, and I'll mention that in a video right after this, he's very effective at throwing the ball down the field. I think he was actually like top 10, even higher, I believe, in some advanced metric that measured how quarterbacks are when throwing the ball down the field last season. So, again, I think when it comes to the quarterback in tow, even the play caller in tow, and Scott Turner, the fact that Jahan Dotson won't have to be relied on as the alpha receiver, right? Much like a Sky Moore, a Christian Watson, a Drake London, a Garrett Wilson, some of these guys, right? Even a Chris Olave, because we don't know if Mike Thomas will be back with all the injuries that he's accumulated over the years and all the missed time that he's accumulated. Jahan Dotson won't have to be relied on as the alpha receiver when you have a Terry McLaurin, and when you have, fingers crossed, a healthy Curtis Samuel, right? Even when you have guys in the backfield, and Antonio Gibson who could catch the ball, J.D. McKissic who obviously can catch the ball. I mean, 2020 he was second in terms of, I believe, receiving yards, only behind Alvin Kamara. I think it was receptions or receiving yards, only behind Alvin Kamara. So we have guys who can, catch the ball, and some of you guys might think, oh, then maybe that might give Jahan Dotson less opportunity. But I don't even see it that way. I see it like this. It's going to cause some of the attention to go onto a Terry McLaurin, to go onto a Curtis Samuel. And it's going to allow Jahan Dotson to roam around the field and find his open spots and catch the ball and turn upfield, and we'll see some big plays. Honestly, that's my thought about Jahan Dotson this year. And I think him being 10th on the Offensive Rookie of the Year candidate list from Lance Zierlein, an NFL.com writer, is just crazy. I know there are a lot of good candidates out there, and not just at receiver, running back, quarterback as well. But I think Jahan Dotson should be ranked higher on that list. I think, again, a lot of people are sleeping on him and what he can bring to the table this year. And yeah, you guys, I might be a little pessimistic when it comes to some things about this team. I'm not pessimistic about Jahan Dotson. I think he's going to be a very good player for us. And yeah, that's my thoughts on Jahan Dotson. NFL cornerbacks, beware. He's coming. And yeah, that's my thoughts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to the DMV Sports Zone channel. We like to post fire content like this as much as possible. Also, go follow our Twitter page at DMV Sports Zone, Instagram page, all lowercase DMV Sports Zone, and our TikTok at DMV Sports Zone as well. And I got one more video coming for you guys in this in this, I guess, 3-part video series. I mean, it's like 5 a.m., guys. I mean, please give us a like or something. I don't know. But yeah, that's it for my thoughts. And see you on the next one. Again, Jahan Dotson's coming. NFL beware. Peace.